Hey guys, it's Nathan, and this training is called Planning for Success. You guys have all read the famous quote by Abe Lincoln: "If I had 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe." And so this is very relevant to us as we're working on our business, that we have to spend the majority of our time planning and making sure we're setting ourselves up for success, focusing on the right things, allocating the right time to the right tasks. So this training is really to kind of look at the planning phase of this course and ultimately your business as well. So what's the problem? The problem is when you start a business, all of a sudden you have no boss and you have no structure. So when we work for someone, we have someone that we're accountable to. We have a team that we're working with. We have projects, we have deliverables, we have an office that we can go to. So we have like a very clear structure that allows us to know what to do day to day. Suddenly when we start a business and we might be working from home, all of a sudden we have no structure and no one to be accountable to. For a lot of new entrepreneurs, they don't create the time to succeed. So very few people start a business outside of their job. They normally have to start it alongside their job. And so they have to find the time to put into their business. And often it's a lot more time than we think it is. So we actually have to carve out that time somehow in order to succeed. Third one, similar to the first one, we don't have the right structure. So what is the structure that we need in order to be successful? How do we find the discipline to do the right things for our business consistently? And oftentimes we're worried about getting it wrong. And this just goes for anything in business. Worried about doing the wrong thing or not getting it right or anything like that. So what's the solution? The first one is we have to create our own structure. So because we don't have structure from a job or a business or a boss, we have to come up with our own structure. And otherwise, what ends up happening is we just kind of bumble through the week. We just end up replying to emails as they come in, or even worse, we end up just procrastinating and doing nothing and going and lying on the couch. So for this course and to start your business, I say allocate about 6 hours per week from here on in. So you have to go through your calendar and find 6 hours per week. You get to choose how you do that. Do you want to spend an hour a day? Do you want to get up an hour earlier and work on your business? Do you want to do it an hour before you go to bed? Or do you want to just mark out, all afternoon on Saturday just to do 6 hours of work on your business? It doesn't matter how you structure it, but you have to find 6 hours and lock it into your calendar. And that has to be sacred time that you do not allow yourself to do anything else. Second of all, we look at the structure for your business. So as we go through, this is a little bit more advanced than probably where you're at right now, but we have to think about how are we going to structure time in our business. So here's my structure. I like to batch things together. So this is an example of my calendar for this week. So we have on Monday, I always keep Mondays clear, so it just says plan for a powerful week. So I use Mondays to do visionary exercise, to plan, to figure out what I want to achieve this week, to get myself in the right headspace. And I always do a podcast in the afternoon. On Tuesdays, you'll see anything in orange is a client. So on Tuesdays, I generally work with clients for most of the day. Blue is a podcast. So Tuesday afternoon, I have a podcast. Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, I generally try and do my connecting with new people. So anything in green is connecting with somebody new. And then yellow is any kind of business related task or anything that I need to do on a regular basis. So very broadly, I mean, it's not exact. I don't follow it exactly, but very broadly on Monday, I keep for planning, Tuesdays for clients, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for connecting with new people. And then you can see some podcasts kind of scattered through there as well, either my own podcast or guesting on other people's podcasts. So just to go back to that last slide, what we want to do is try and batch ourselves. Let me just go and find it. We want to try and batch things together. So figure out what are the common tasks. So, if it's working with clients in some way, can we do that all on one day? If we have to do marketing activity or reaching out to clients, can we allocate that all to one day? So as you go through your business and you start figuring out what are the tasks you have to do each week, the structure might be batching those things into set times or set days during the week, for example. So what are the activities that will bring you success? This is the way we find structure going forward, is thinking, what are the activities that are actually going to move the needle? So for me, I have a coaching business, so it's really finding ways to reach out to my ideal people, reach out to my ideal clients. So is that through Facebook? Is that going to networking events? Is that looking through my contact list and seeing who are the people that I want to work with? But when we're looking to create a structure and do things regularly, this is the question you have to ask, is what are the activities that will actually bring me closer to success? And so as you go through the next couple of months, start noticing what are the things that you do that actually have the biggest results. Those are the things we want to try and focus on. I recommend creating a daily 3. So whatever activities that you start deciding are key to your business, have 3 of them that you do every day. So on my calendar, you might have seen it there, I have one every 4 o'clock every day to do this, the daily things that move me closer to success. Is it sales calls? Is it reaching out to potential clients or partners for your business? Is it applying for speaking opportunities? It really depends what your business is, but figure out what are the activities that will bring you success. And finally, try to maintain a beginner's mindset as you go through all of this. So we talked about not wanting to break things or do it wrong. The reality is there's no way to get this wrong. When you're starting a business, there's no right way to do it. Everybody will try and tell you there's a right way to do it, but the right way is your way. Try lots of different things over the next few months. See what works for you, see what's getting you results, see what feels good. And remember, there's no right answer, only your answer. So don't worry about breaking it. Just have the mind of a child. Go and play with different things. Try doing, everything on one day. Try and do an hour a day. Just see what works for you. Find the best structure. So action steps for the week. What you want to do is go through and find that 6 hours in your calendar, mark it out. Is it an hour a day? Is it 6 hours on a weekend? And actually mark it out. And as we progress and you start seeing which items are really essential for your business, start allocating regular time each week for those set activities. And finally, to create the space for your business, I want you to remove one activity, or it might be a person, that is no longer bringing you joy. So look at all the things you do week to week and something that you regularly do. And I'm challenging you to remove one activity or one person from your life. It may be difficult. It doesn't have to be nasty or malicious. You can just, quietly kind of end your relationship with that activity or that person and start finding ways to bring up and find space for your business and things that are really important to you. Cool. Thanks, guys. Dive in, beginner's mindset, and I'll see you for the next training.